Good morning, Morning Musings by Melinda. How are you today? I am so blessed because I will be speaking at the Unity of Dallas tonight and the Unity of Houston tomorrow night and doing some life after life demonstrations and hoping to connect people with their loved ones, which is what we've done all week long here. For some reason, there is a perception out there, not with everybody, of course. I'm not making a blanket judgment at all. But for some reason, there's a perception that if you do medium work, that you are anti-religion or not of God, or you're doing something that is dark energy. And I have to say to you, it couldn't be further from the truth. I actually am one of the most religious people that you would know. I don't choose to push my religion onto others, but I go to church all the time. Whenever I'm in town, I go to our regular church. And sometimes even when we're out of town, Bill and I will go to a strange church, because in truth, there is so many benefits of connecting with God and prayer. And that's what the Unities are presenting this week in their churches, is the power of prayer. So I thought it would be a very good opportune time to talk about the fact that mediumship and being in a place where you're honoring your religious belief system is not in opposition at all. In fact, over the years that I've done this, and it's been close to 30, I've helped countless people be able to understand that they can have hope, that there's life after life, and move into a place where they can free themselves from some of that very restrictive and counterproductive grief that prevents us from finding joy and happiness after the loss of a loved one. So I think it's really opposite. I think the witch trials ended in the 1690s, and that some of the comments I get from people that are quoting me the Bible are doing nothing but making them look like they're in fear. And fear is never an energy that is of service to us. So I thought I'd talk to you today about what are the benefits of prayer. When I put it up last night that I was going to speak about this, some people wrote in about what prayers mean to them. And I thought that was just awesome, because prayer, of course, is as individual as your fingerprint. Your relationship with God is your relationship with God no matter what. But there are, physical, emotional, and spiritual benefits to prayer. One is that prayer provides us a direction, that when we're confused, if we, take some time and pray about it, we can be directed through our prayer. And that helps to prevent mistakes. Maybe if we stop and pray, we're not so impulsive and doing things impulsively in a manner in which it hurts us. Prayer helps with anxiety and worry. It creates peace. Prayer invites God into our actions. And I don't care how you label God. God, again, is a personal relationship. But when you're praying, you're inviting God into your action. It gives you confidence. It gives you discernment rather than judgment. So those folks who are using God to judge others really are missing the point of God and the fact that we are supposed to be in a place of non-judgment and allowance and love and caring, because isn't that what God's energy is love? It's a connection. It keeps energy moving. And that's the whole purposefulness for us to be on the planet, is to keep our energy in movement, to create that purposefulness. Prayer helps to focus our intentions. It alleviates distraction and creates action. Opportunities show up when we're in prayer. We can achieve forgiveness when we're in prayer. Maybe prayer helps us to overcome being selfish. Faith is something that strengthens us. There are so many different, levels of how, prayer works. It gives us an attitude adjustment. We live longer and stay healthy. I would say to you that I am probably in a pretty constant state of prayer during the course of my workplace. I do old-fashioned Catholic prayers. I, say the Lord's Prayer. Catholics say, the Hail Mary. I do that often. I have a rosary that I carry around with me. Before I do a life after life demonstration, I'm in serious reflection and prayer. Bill and I always find a church in whatever town we're in so that I can kneel and pray before I do that, so that I can give the best of the energy of how that works through me to those who've lost loved ones, so that we can create that communion of energy between God, their loved one on the other side, and themselves. But there are other things that can be a prayer that I don't want us to miss out on. Laughter certainly can be a prayer. I think that, the sense of humor that God has must be amazing, because aren't we funny as human beings? Doesn't the internet give us permission to use God in judgment and get on a stranger's Facebook and say something that is judging? And isn't that exactly what Jesus was preaching not to do? I don't know. That's kind of like, wow. So God must have a sense of humor. So laughter and joy and bliss can be a prayer. Music can be a prayer. A child's joy can be a prayer. I felt closer to God watching the smiling faces of my kids and grandkids than any time. Love is always a prayer, and kindness is always a prayer. So, use prayer to benefit you emotionally, spiritually, energetically, to strengthen your connection with God, to, be the best of yourself. Don't just use God to be a judging and narrow-minded person. Honor prayer and be that. Have a great day.